All right, guys. So look, if you're watching this video, it's probably because you went to YouTube or Google and you typed in, how do I become a CPR instructor? If that's what you did, you're in the right place. So in today's video, we're going to cover all things you need to know about becoming a CPR instructor, what that would look like if you're brand new to the training world, and also what that looks like if you currently teach for another organization and want to bridge into a new one. So stay tuned. We got a lot of great content in today's video. All right, guys. So look, part one to this whole deal is you're brand new to CPR training. Maybe you're looking into a side hustle. You want to create your own LLC, start your own training business. Here are some best practices, tips, and strategies that will be useful to you. First things first, you need to understand how to even get started with this whole thing. First, you have to have a base level certification. So in other words, go take a CPR, a first aid, an AED training class. Also want to make sure you take that class in the organization in which you want to become an instructor. A lot of options. Number one, American Red Cross. Number two, American Heart Association. Generally speaking, number three, Health and Safety Institute. Really the big three in terms of training organizations that are nationally approved and accepted. There are others like NSC, there is ECSI, there's a couple other training organizations. Most people are probably going to need one of those big three in order for compliance and also to make sure that their standards are met for work, right? Workplace requirements. So get your base level training. Sign up, take a local class. Now, while you're there, it's great. You're going to learn material, learn, content, curriculum. Also observe the instructor of that class, see how they do things. So that way it's going to help you when you actually start teaching to kind of have an idea on what the flow looks like, right? So after you get your base level training, the next thing you want to do is actually take the instructor course. So you need to sign yourself up anywhere, probably from a cost perspective, to sign up for that instructor course, anywhere from maybe $200 to $350 on average, depending on where you're at in the country, would be a good estimate in terms of what that might cost. So you have to become an instructor. And then the third step is, now that you're an instructor, you want to get affiliated. This is where the new instructor has to begin. Get yourself affiliated and work on your business development. We got a whole nother content, another piece of video to talk about, how to create a business name, how to structure your LLC. Obviously, I'm not a tax person or a lawyer. You don't want to listen to me on YouTube. Definitely want to get a CPA, definitely want to get a lawyer. Make sure, go to LegalZoom, have them help you set it up. Super easy, quick to do. Register your business with the state and the IRS, and make sure you got all your bases covered with your bank account and all that kind of stuff. So you're also going to want to have to set up a business. So again, there's some other links below that will take you to some of those videos that we got as well. All right, so that's the first kind of person. You're brand new to the training world. You're literally just getting started. One other thing I forgot to mention here is that if you're doing American Heart Association, you want to become an AHA instructor, and you plan to teach healthcare level courses. I don't know, maybe you're like a traveling nurse or an RN or LPN, and you think that, this is a very transferable thing that you could do as a side hustle. Definitely get the BLS and do the BLS instructor, because American Heart Association, what it allows you to do is, if you teach BLS, you can also teach Heart Saver. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 deal. Definitely make sure you do the BLS version of that program and training, so that way you can teach everything in terms of Heart Saver and BLS. Obviously, if you're going to be doing ACLS or PALS, that's another level. But again, if you're going to be doing Heart Saver, which is the basic first aid, CPR, AED, and you're also going to be doing BLS, basic life support with American Heart, definitely take the BLS provider, and definitely take the BLS instructor course. All right, so part two of this video is, if you're already a current instructor, maybe you teach for Health and Safety Institute, maybe you teach American Heart Association, whatever the case is, you want to add a new training. Like, how do you actually do that? So there is reciprocity between some of these organizations. So here's how I'm going to break this down for you. We're only going to focus on the key three: Red Cross, American Heart, HSI. Let's start with the first one, Red Cross. So for example, you want to become a Red Cross instructor. You don't currently offer that yet, but you want to start teaching Red Cross training. You're already an instructor with American Heart. You're already an instructor with maybe Health and Safety Institute. You can do a free instructor bridge into Red Cross. It's a quick online program that you register for, totally free to do, and all of your instructor materials are also free. You don't have to pay for books. You don't have to pay for instructor materials, videos, PowerPoints. All of it's included in that. So you can do a free bridge and start teaching Red Cross. All right, so that's the first one. Second one is American Heart. American Heart does not offer reciprocity from anyone. So if you are maybe doing Red Cross currently and you want to become an American Heart instructor, you got to do the whole thing from the top with American Heart Association. You cannot bridge into it. They don't allow it, right? So you'd have to have your base level, like we talked about in the first part of the video. You then have to take an American Heart Association instructor course. Again, even if you've already been teaching for 15 years, it makes no difference. They do not allow reciprocity or bridging into American Heart Association to be an instructor there. The third one is Health and Safety Institute. So let's say you're teaching American Heart, you're teaching Red Cross. You want to add HSI because the card cost is a little less expensive. You can do that. Again, you can create your own training center. You have to buy the instructor materials for this one. So you have to buy the books. You have to buy the instructor videos and the instructor online programs and all that kind of stuff. But you can do reciprocity. So you just upload a credential of your current instructor card. They will allow you to become an instructor. And again, in order for you to do that, you do have to purchase the materials with that organization. So between these three, in my opinion personally, it's always the easiest and path of least friction to start teaching Red Cross because it's free to do and it's 100% inclusive of all the materials you need. So look, if you guys found value in today's video, make sure to drop us a like, make sure you subscribe. We got a lot of great content. Definitely shoot us an email if you have questions on this. We're happy to talk you through the process. Or if you're trying to get into Red Cross and you want to save on the cost of those certification cards, we do have an associate program for you where we give a huge discount on the actual cost. So definitely want to connect and schedule a call with us so we can talk more about it if that's a need you have. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Thanks.